Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and subscribe to the channel if you like sports content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Now, in the Mountain West on Saturday, there's a sneaky good night game with the San Jose State Spartans traveling on the road at the San Diego State Aztecs. Who do I think is going to win this game? Let's break it down. Now, San Jose State is 6-2 and 4-1 in the Mountain West to start this season, and head coach Brent Brennan, he's done a really good job at San Jose State to build them up from a average Mountain West program to one of the better Mountain West programs, and they're having a really good season this year. And they started out in week 1 beating Portland State 21-17, and that was a close win. But then they lost at Auburn 24-16, and even though Auburn's really struggling, that was a really competitive game, and they played really well. And then they beat Western Michigan 34-6, and that was a good win. Then they won at Wyoming 33-16, and Wyoming's having a pretty good season in the Mountain West, so that was a good win. Then they beat UNLV 40-7, great win because UNLV is not as bad as they've been, and that was a beat down. And then they lost at Fresno State 17-10, and Fresno State is one of the best Mountain West programs, so not a bad loss there. Then they beat Nevada 35-28, and they beat Colorado State 28-16. Two teams that are at the bottom of the Mountain West, and they handle business. And quarterback Chevin Cordero in the Colorado State game had 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, 19 rushing yards. He's a transfer quarterback from Hawaii, and he's done really good at San Jose State to have their passing attack as one of the better ones in the Mountain West, and they're doing really solid this year in the passing game. Running back Kyrie Robinson at 64 yards and 2 touchdowns, and wide receiver Elijah Cooks at 80 yards and a touchdown. San Jose State has a really solid offense, and they're playing really well. And on the defensive side of the ball, defensive back Chase Williams at 5 tackles, and cornerback Nehemiah Shelton at 4 tackles and interception, and linebacker Kyle Harmon at 3 tackles for San Jose State against Colorado State. And their defense is much better than it's been. They used to give up a lot of points. They're doing a lot better this year on the defensive side of the ball. Now, on the San Diego State side, they're 5-4 and 3-2 in the Mountain West to start this season. And Brady Hoke, head coach, in his second stint as the San Diego State head coach. And San Diego State has done a really good job under his tenure, and they're getting better and better. They were really good last year. They have taken a step back this year, but they're still having a pretty good season. And they lost against Arizona in week 1, 38-20. Not a bad loss. Even though Arizona is one of the worst Pac-12 teams, they are better this year, so not a terrible loss there. Then they beat Idaho State 38-7. That was a good win. Then they lost at Utah 35-7. They were not competitive in this game. Utah is a great Pac-12 team. Then they beat Toledo 17-14. That was a good one over a MAC team. And then they lost at Boise State 35-13, and Boise State is one of the best Mountain West teams, and they couldn't get that one done. Then they beat Hawaii 16-14. They did struggle against Hawaii, and Hawaii is not a really good team, but they did get the win. Then they beat Nevada on the road 23-7. That was a good win. Then they lost at Fresno State 32-28, and they almost got this win. They just could not get it done against one of the better Mountain West programs. And then they beat UNLV 14-10. So like the Hawaii win, they got the win, but they really struggled. But a win is a win. And in that UNLV game, quarterback Jalen Maiden at 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. He is now their starting quarterback at San Diego State, and he's doing really good. He's a pretty good passer. He can run a little bit, but he's definitely helped San Diego State's offense improve in the passing game. Running back Jalen Armstead at 72 yards, and wide receiver Jesse Matthews at 84 yards and a touchdown. San Diego State has a pretty good offense, but they do need to improve a little bit more to get their offense where it needs to be. But they have improved as the season's gone along. And on the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Michael Shawcroft at 5 tackles. He's a really, really good linebacker. Cornerback Des John Malone at 4 tackles and interception, and cornerback Dallas Branch at 3 tackles and interception for San Diego State against UNLV. And San Diego State has improved on both sides of the ball. Their defense is much better than it has been in the past, and their offense still has a way to go, but they have improved. So who do I think is going to win this game? This game is at San Diego State, and that's going to help the Aztecs a lot. They are a much better team at home. They're a very formidable team at home. And San Diego State has had a good season. Even though they're not as good as they were last year, they're still good on both sides of the ball. But San Jose State's having a great season. Their offense is clicking. Their defense is a lot better. And San Jose State has looked a little bit more convincing against some of the teams that they've played against than San Diego State has. San Diego State has escaped a lot of games. Now, San Jose State has as well, but San Jose State just looks a little bit more solid on both sides of the ball than San Diego State. I'm going to go with San Jose State to beat San Diego State 28-24. I think San Diego State can win this game. I think Brady Hoke has a really good team. I think he's coached them really well, and they're doing good on both sides of the ball. But they have taken a step back this year, and San Jose State's playing really solid football with Brent Brennan at head coach. He's doing a really good job there. Their offense and their defense is playing really solid, and they're doing really good. I'm going to go with San Jose State to beat San Diego State on the road 28-24. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below whether you think San Jose State or San Diego State's going to win this game and why. And I will see you next time.